Awesome. Hello lads. Alright, go on, grab a card. Take that out. Awesome. Yep, which one? Yep. Nine of spades, good choice. If I need to grab one as well. Lovely, rock and roll. Yep, which one are you going for? Cool. And on, go on. Amazing, that's cool, isn't it? Go and grab it now. Rock and roll, 4 diamonds, cool. So let's try this out. We all happy with our cards? Yeah, otherwise it's a really rubbish trick. Like, what's my card? Okay, we good? Yes?
Yeah.
Lovely, I'll take this one back first. Amazing, cool stuff. Grab this one back next. Thank you very much. This one back last. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. So we're happy there, all in different parts. No weird stuff has gone on so far. All good, all happy.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's very important you remember your own card because otherwise the ending sucks. So do your best, okay? Now, obviously, it's my job to try and find them again. 4 cards is a lot harder than one card. Than one card, you know, because if you think about it, 1 card is it's all right, but 4 cards that's 4 times harder. It's quite difficult. But we'll give it a punt. Here we go. Card number 1 it should be somewhere around there. Who's that one? Oh, I suppose it's yours. Yeah, I can't remember. So, put your hand up. Awesome. Put your other hand on top. Yeah, and give it a rub. Now a little bit harder. Really give it. Nice one. Turn it over. Check it out. Have a look.
No.
Yeah, clubs out. That's yours, right? Yeah, is that yours? Yeah. Awesome. So we need to get these. We'll give it this one. Put your hand out for me. Put your other hand on top. Give it a rub. Awesome. Turn it over. Check it out. Have a look. That's yours, right? I would say if I take this one, I'm going to give it a little rub. Just here, hang on. And you'll see when it should just melt like that. That tells me that your card, it's not in here anymore. Your card's completely vanished. It's completely and utterly disappeared, right? Because I've got 1 card which is just here in my pocket. It's that's 7 of hearts. So that was yours, wasn't it? 7 of hearts, that was yours, right? Cool, awesome. I've got another one which is just here on my seat, there's the Queen of Clubs, that was yours. I've got another one just here in this pocket here, there's the 4 of Diamonds, and we've got 1 more which is in my shoe. 9 of spades, and that's party tricks, guys. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Party Tricks with me, your ever-friendly host, Mr. Simon South. Running all the way, I've run all the way today from Newcastle under Lyme. So yeah, I'm a little bit out of breath, so apologies for that, I'm a little bit out. But yes, so this is the Magic Show where we talk about magicians and the history of magic and famous magicians that have been through the ages and that have been really good, influential, and maybe have influenced other people to become magicians and people like that. I thought we'd go for quite possibly the most modern one that I could think of, the most modern one of our time anyway, which is of course Mr. Dynamo. Dynamo is someone that you have undoubtedly probably heard of, so apologies as well for the geeky t-shirt, my bad. But yeah, so Dynamo is definitely someone that you probably have heard of, especially in the magic community. Everyone knows who he is in the magic community because of obviously his massive fame, and he had loads of TV series, he's been YouTube, he's been everywhere, anything. If you don't know who Dynamo is, then I don't know where you've been for the past 10, 15 years kind of thing. Have you been under a rock? Because he's big. So yeah, so I thought we'd get into some stuff to do with Dynamo, which is all cool and awesome. So let's do it. So Dynamo real name is Stephen Frayne. For those that were unaware, although I'm pretty sure everyone that I've ever talked to about Dynamo or anything like that has said that he does prefer Dynamo. I think even his wife, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure someone told me once, even his wife calls him D, or something like that. So don't quote me on that or anything like that. Well, that's stuff that I've heard in the past. But yeah, so he was born in Bradford. He's the eldest of 4 children. He was born in 1982, and he's been active in the public eye, doing magic and stuff like that since 2002. And he grew up in one of the most deprived areas of Bradford, of the UK, just in general, really. And he did get bullied at school. Now, this is one of the reasons why he got into magic. It sounds a bit odd, sounds a bit bizarre, but his grandfather taught him a trick where he could make his body weigh like loads. So when a bully might try and come and pick him up or something like that, they wouldn't be able to. And then it became a thing of, oh, go and try and lift up this kid. And then he stopped being bullied and became more popular for doing a really cool stunt. He was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, which when he was a teenager, and he had half of his stomach cut out when he was 17. I mean, that's considering everything that he's been through, especially with him growing up, especially in a deprived area, Crohn's disease, everything else. It's a very inspirational story, the Dynamo story, really. It is. So he was given the nickname Dynamo in 2001 when he was performing at Houdini's centenary celebrations in New York. And he was performing, and David Blaine was there, and David Copperfield, and some other big, massive names of magic. And someone that was really impressed with him just shouted out, "This kid's a dynamo!" And the name stuck. I think that's a great way to get your stage name. I think that's wonderful. I'm not quite sure what my stage name would be if I had a different one than I currently use. I don't know whether or not someone would shout something that nice out at me. We'll see. Never know. So as well as that, in 2003, this is when it all starts to kick off a bit for him. He decides he wants to do magic full time, and he applies to get a Prince's Trust loan. So for those that don't know, the Prince's Trust is a thing that was set up by the Prince of Wales. Am I correct? Yes, the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, and basically it's a charity. So if you're a kid, or if you're, I think it's between 16 and 25. I think that's the cut-off point, and you want to start up a business, and you want to do something, but you're not quite sure where to go, where to start. Prince's Trust is a wonderful organisation which has a lot of people involved with it that do a lot of work for free for the Prince's Trust. And so, for instance, someone came to visit me when I decided I wanted to do magic. Someone from the Prince's Trust came to me who was a magician and an entertainer, and they came and they sat down, they chatted to me about it and all that kind of thing, and he gave up his time to come and do that for me. So it's a wonderful organisation. It's really good. So he applied to get a loan from the Prince's Trust, and that allowed him to start up his business. And he bought a load of camera equipment, did all that kind of thing, and decided to move. So he moved from Bradford to London in 2004, and he decided to build up his career in magic. So his original plan was to kind of create a magic mixtape. So a combination of loads of different clips of him performing for, famous people and normal people and that kind of thing, on the street, doing cool stuff there, backstage at gigs, doing things there and everywhere. So he decided to go out, and he had a small group of a film crew, just a small group of film crew, and just hit the streets of London, perform for people there. And managed to get into backstage areas as well, so he'd amaze the doorman at a backstage event and be let in, or he'd amaze the tour manager of a certain band or whatever, and then they'd let him in for doing that. They just go, come on in, and then he'd go, oh, can I bring my film crew as well? Is that okay with you guys? And they'd be like, yeah, sure, come on in, bring it in. So that's pretty cool, it's pretty ballsy, it's pretty, chopsy way to try and get something like this. But it's worked, and it really hit it off for him. So obviously once he did this, he put all the clips up on YouTube, and obviously YouTube back then was still a growing thing. So I think he was like one of the first magicians to ever put anything up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I've heard that somewhere as well, and that's why he became so popular, because it was like, oh my god, this guy is amazing, and it's on YouTube, which is a brand new video, and just exploded. And apparently he performed at that time. He performed for Coldplay, Gwyneth Paltrow, Snoop Dogg, and a lot more. I imagine that if you did look back, I don't know whether or not the videos would still be there, but it's always worth a look. I'm pretty sure if you did give it a proper check out, where you could find them, definitely. That's what I'm going to try and do when I get home, try and find videos of young Dynamo, see how good it was and see how cool it is. It's just an interesting thing to look back on. So his first real television performance, or television appearance, was in 2002, and he performed on Richard and Judy. Of all places, Richard and Judy gave him like a bit of bit of a kick to get up there, which is really cool. So yeah, I do love Richard Madeley. Brilliant, aren't they? That's really cool. So bosses at the TV station as well were very impressed with what he'd done. So they decided to commission a 1-hour documentary on Dynamo about where he's from and all that kind of thing. It was called Dynamo's A State of Mind, which followed him around doing routines on the London circuit and doing stuff and that kind of stuff. So now we come to the big one, because obviously now the next big thing that happened, he then obviously did a lot of work in private events and being paid stupid amounts of money to go and do amazing things. And I know he performed. I know he then went around lots of magic conventions and things like that. Because I remember at this time hearing about him. First starting to hear about him in school, and people being like, "Oh, you need to check this guy out." And I'm like, "Dynamo who?" And then I think I bumped into him at a magic convention or something like that, and it was like, "Oh, cool, brilliant! This is the Dynamo boy." And then we have his big, massive masterpiece, as it were, Dynamo Magician Impossible. This is where he really, did a massive fling into the public eye, and everyone suddenly was like, "Who's that guy? He's amazing." So Dynamo Magician Impossible. The one thing that I, as a magician, hear more than anything is thanks to Dynamo. I'm not quite sure whether to thank him or not. Is how the hell did that guy walk on water? And yeah, you hear it a lot more than you'd think, especially now, considering that the show was 2012, I believe. So yeah, I thought that's a fair while ago. And people are still going, "How the hell did he walk on water?" To me, it's either that or it was for a very long time. But can you put my mobile phone in this glass bottle? And both of those tricks were the two featured tricks on the first ever episode of Dynamo Magician Impossible. No one seems to really care about the rest of them, apart from the one where he managed to go through a glass wall, where Rio Ferdinand was holding up a curtain, I think. No, he was holding up his coat, and he went through a glass wall. That was kind of cool, kind of like that. Occasionally some people bring up that one, but that's the main two. The main two is how the hell did that guy walk on water, and can you put my phone in a bottle, in a glass bottle? And that's all down to Dynamo Magician Impossible and the creative consultants that worked on that. So yeah, that flew him into the public eye, and if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's amazing. It's really, really good. It's a fly-on-the-wall documentary that follows his life, basically, of him going from place to place and performing in all these amazing, beautiful locations. So the series 1 so far has racked up over 30 million views in the UK alone, and overseas has 250 million views, which is mental, and that's worldwide against 193 territories. So it's gone Vumph. It's massive. The first series only contained 4 episodes, as each of them do, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure each of them only contained 4 episodes. It was filmed in London, Miami, and Los Angeles. At the time of its airing, so the day it aired, it reached 6.69 million viewers. And that obviously led to UK TV, because it was on, I believe it was on Watch, I think it was. It was on Watch or Dave or something like that. It was UK TV one.
Okay, got it.
Series 2 premiered on the 5th of July 2012. So the first one 2011, sorry, my bad. 2012, and it was again 4 episodes. It generated 7.67 million views in the UK, which is obviously it's more than the first one. And it won the award for Best Entertainment Programme at the Broadcasting Awards, and it won Show of the Year at the Virgin Media Awards, and it was shortlisted to receive a BAFTA. That's mental for a magic show. That's ridiculous. You don't think that something like, when you think of awards being given and stuff like that, you think of, I don't know, I'm a Celebrity or, X Factor, Coronation Street, stuff like that. You don't think, oh, this dude is doing a magic show, and it's going to be, that doesn't happen. It's amazing that it has, and brilliant, well done for Dynamo for doing such a great job. As well, the TV series itself was put together by Dynamo's own production company and Phil McIntyre Productions, and worked together like that, and then posted on. So in 2013, for Series 3, Dynamo travelled to New York, Ibiza, South Africa and London. And then on the fourth and final series, which was commissioned in 2014, it was also filmed in 2014. And with that one, he went to California, India, Paris, London, Manchester, and Bradford. And the award again was nominated for a BAFTA. Sorry, the show again was nominated for a BAFTA, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I think series 2, 3, and 4, each one were nominated for BAFTAs, which is just amazing. It's incredible to think that a magic show can do that. And then obviously around this time as well, then we started getting other magicians on TV. We had Troy that came and did bits and pieces. We had Ben Earl as well. We had one series. DMC, like loads of other magicians, and have kind of it's sort of sparked, especially in the UK. Dynamo definitely sparked off a revolution in magic, because a lot of people back then, and I say back then, it wasn't that long ago. It was long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. In 2011, if it's said in 2009, let's say. I'm a magician. Oh, cool, brilliant. Yeah. Is it like Paul Daniels? That's the only kind of look that people had, especially in the UK. David Blaine was kind of, coming more into people's eyes and stuff like that, especially with his big, massive stunt that he did. But it was mainly, I heard from other magicians and things like that, it was, like Paul Daniels, can you pull a rabbit out of the hat? And then Dynamo changed that completely with these TV shows. All of a sudden it was cool to be a magician. David Blaine obviously did wonders as well when he had his shows over here, and did a brilliant job trying to make magic cool again. And Dynamo really kicked that off. And then obviously we kicked off with loads of other magic shows that I just mentioned, like Troy and all the other ones. It's incredible. And then on the 19th of December 2013, Watch, the TV show, the TV channel, my bad, did a show called Dynamo Revealed, which was a documentary in which Dynamo talks about his life. Basically, just sits down with someone else and chats about how he went from such a rough area to becoming, to breaking through and becoming who he is today, which is a magic giant, really. He then went on to perform a live stage tour. And apparently, regarding the tour, he was originally booked to do just 10 dates in London. That was it, just 10 dates. And but following demand for tickets, the run was extended to 3 years and 145 dates. That's mental. That amounts to 750,000 tickets sold. That filled arenas across the UK, Australia, South Africa and New Zealand, and he became the first magician to headline the O2 Arena in London. That's massive. That's kind of like someone going to, I don't know, the panto that I'm doing at the moment and going, oh yeah, so only doing 3 dates. That's great, that is. But do you fancy doing like 4 years of this? It's just that's mental to me to think that. Obviously, it's a brilliant position and it's something that we'd all love to be in. That must have been such a great but weird feeling when that happened at the time. To be told, oh yeah, you've oversold. Oh brilliant, we sold out. No, you need to put on more dates. Oh yeah, I'll put on another week. No, you don't understand. That's what it must have been. It must have been very weird. It must have been an odd thing to go to happen to you. And obviously this live stage show as well. It was filmed at the O2 and was the show was called Seeing is Believing, and it was filmed by and placed on the Watch network. So I'm pretty sure you can still watch it, I'd imagine, on like a UK TV demand thing. I'm pretty sure that I'd imagine you can find that. It's pretty good. So he has performed on multiple TV shows as well, like we mentioned, Rich and Judy and things like that, and has been featured in adverts. We've all seen now the Yorkshire tea advert where he floats up and then floats back down again. We've got that one. He did an advert for a car company where he had all these flashing lights and stuff like that, and he was walking through this bit, and everything else. Then all of a sudden the lights formed a car, and then the car was real. It's mental. It's one of those things you just got to watch it. It's brilliant. He also did work with Samsung and things like that. So he also in 2009 he levitated Matt Lucas 4 feet off the ground at the Emirates Stadium in London. Just a weird thing I found out. You know, just I don't know. I don't know the context. I just know that he did it. Also, he worked with Pepsi Max. There was this. You probably might remember it. Excuse me. So he worked with Pepsi Max in 2013, where he was levitating next to a bus. So he went through central London, and there was a bus, and he was like this, and wave it, and his like one hand was on the bus, and the other hand was like that, and he was like waving at people and stuff like that, and there was this big controversy about how it could have been done and other bits and pieces. He also has made many multiple charity appearances. So he's done charity appearances with Comic Relief, Sport Relief, and Children in Need. And he's turned lottery tickets into money in front of Robbie Williams and Davina McCall, and he's levitated in front of James Corden. So there we go. There's some cool, weird things. We've also got a little bit more here. Books. Stephen Frayne has written several literary accounts which revolve around his upbringing, his personal story, magic, and his relationship with the art form. In 2013, Frayne released his debut book, Nothing is Impossible, My Story, which became a Sunday Times bestseller. Awesome, cool. And was described as a terrific read by Jonathan Ross. And in 2017, Frayne released Dynamo, the Book of Secrets, a fully illustrated beginner's guide to modern magic with tips, tricks, and some of the best kept secrets for new aspiring magicians to learn. The Book of Secrets reached #1 position in the Guardian's paperback, which is it's mental. It's ridiculous. It's so. As I said earlier, it's really inspirational, because when you get those days when you feel a bit low, or you feel a bit down, or you're like, nothing's working for you, or if you're feeling that a bit rubbish, and you're like, why is this not happening, or why is that not happening? And you realise that he literally came from nothing, and he's now like a multi-millionaire that worked really bloody hard to get there. It's a very much an inspirational story. So he's also worked with several charities throughout his year, and here we go. And he's also worked with Their World, helping to promote the education of Syrian refugee children. As part of the work with the charity, he has travelled across the world and to the United Nations to meet world leaders and discuss opportunities to help Syrian refugees, which is, again, a really awesome thing. He was promoted to Associate Magic Circle member, which is like the biggie if you are a member of the Magic Circle. It's one of the big things that you can get, and that was in 2012. And the same year, Dynamo Magician won the Best Entertainment Programme at the Broadcast Awards. He was also awarded an honorary degree from Bradford University in 2013 for his commitment to Bradford, improving opportunities for young people and his charity work, which is awesome. Also, he won the Girola de Ora Award at the Masters of Magic Convention in Turin. In 2015, Dynamo was named an AMA Magician of the Year. AMA Magician of the Year, that's the Academy of the Magical Arts. He was also given fellowship to the Academy by its Board of Trustees, and he was awarded the Magic Circle's Masculine Award in 2016, which is an award that they give out for services to British magic. He's done. He's also, here we go. Dynamo was included in the Forbes list of the world's highest paid magicians in both 2016 and 2017. So yeah, he's done a lot. As I said earlier, it is a massive inspirational story, and a massive. I think I've met him very briefly once at Blackpool Magic Convention. He's really, really nice, really lovely guy, and that's the thing. He might be a hero, and they don't say and they say don't meet your heroes and stuff like that. But really, he is a genuinely lovely bloke. Well done to Dynamo. And good on him, and I really hope, because he is currently working on, I believe, a show in London, which I think is called it's gone now. Something to do with, I think it's like Urban Underground or something like that. And he brought out his own playing cards for it and stuff. And it's in London. It's a really expensive show. I think it's like £100 a ticket. But the idea is that it's a close-up magic show, and you go down, you sit and watch the show, and it's meant to be amazing. It's meant to be absolutely incredible. So yeah, go and check it out if you can. Guys, thank you very much, and I will see you next week.